much, and happy to take questions.
Thanks. Thanks, Mr. Secretary, for coming down and doing this. On your, two things really briefly, I'll try to be as brief as possible. Two things. On your numbers of the American citizens, does that include green card holders, LPRs? And if it doesn't, or it does? Okay.
No, it does
Oh,
not.
it does
Let me be
not.
clear, it
Okay.
does not.
Is there a way to get
These
the
are blue
number?
passport holders.
Okay. But have LPRs also been contacted?
Yep.
And what about SIV applicants, people who are eligible?
We are in contact
So can we
with
get numbers
all
for
of the
those,
different
even if
categories.
you don't? And then,
Go ahead, I'm sorry, Matt.
it's okay, I don't expect you to have all of the numbers. But then, since this whole thing began, there's been a lot of criticism of the administration over how it handled it. And there's been a lot of pushback from people within the administration about the hand that you were basically dealt, or what you say you were dealt by the previous administration in terms of the deal with the Taliban, in terms of the SIV program, in terms of the broader refugee program. But you guys have been in office for almost 8 months. It's been 5 months since the president's decision was made. Is there anything about the shortcomings that have been so readily identified by all sorts of people that you guys are actually willing to take responsibility for yourselves?
Thanks, Matt. Let me say two things. First, with regard to the numbers in these different categories, as you've seen by how I've laid out how we get to the numbers of Americans, this is both incredibly complicated and incredibly fluid. Any number I give you right now is likely to be out of date by the time we leave this briefing room. So what we're doing is very carefully tabulating everything we have, cross-checking it, referencing it, using different databases. We will have numbers for all those different categories in the days ahead and after this initial phase of efforts to bring people out of Afghanistan ends. And with regard to the second part of your question about taking responsibility, I take responsibility. I know the president has said he takes responsibility. And I know all of my colleagues across government feel the same way. And I can tell you that there will be plenty of time to look back at the last 6 or 7 months, to look back at the last 20 years, and to look to see what we might have done differently, what we might have done sooner, what we might have done more effectively. But I have to tell you that right now, my entire focus is on the mission at hand. And there's going to be, as I said, plenty of time to do an accounting of this when we get through that mission.
Or